Hello everyone and welcome to Wizzo Talk. Why Wizzo Talk? Shit, because I want to know, don't you? Here at Wizzo Talk we play it, like you said, uncut and unedited. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all the hot topics yet to come. Like to be a guest on the show? Hit me up in the comments. Have a hot topic you'd like to hear discussed? Hit me up in the comments. Today, we got some random shit or random talk. Shit, I didn't even mess up my damn intro. I did it right on, shit. I hit that intro good. I hit that shit. Alright, so what's gonna happen right now? My guests gonna intro, do their own intro, tell you whatever it is they want you to know, and then y'all stick around because it's about to go down up in here. Remember, it's free to subscribe, it's free to share, it's free to hit the like button. Appreciate the support. Don't hit it.
What's going on, guys? My name is Ryan. I'm one of Paul's co-workers, work at the hospital with him. I've seen this podcast come from the ground up, man. Yeah. From a sheet of notebook paper to get a whole booth in here now. So already. Excited to get after it. Like you said, we're going to talk about some random things, random shit, and see what's up.
See what's up. All right.
Yo, 7 Points of Bliss, aka Pomegranate Samurai. You can always find me at After Real Truth and Cosmic Currency 777 is my podcast. And it's always an honor to be here with Wizzo, you know what I'm saying?
Already, man. Shit, that sounds like what's going on. Appreciate you guys coming on out. And we going to get it on going. And I'm going to just start it on off with one question. Y'all, this is some random shit. I mean, I don't even know which way we coming, where we going. But my coworker right here once said that a woman only need three things. 3 6s, I believe he said. So I'm gonna get y'all to say that, so y'all can hear what he talking about. These 3 6s. He said that's all it take, and then she happy and she can fucking be with these 3 6s. What are those 3 6s?
Well, let me preface this real quick for you guys. This didn't come from me. I heard this from this came from somebody else. But 3 6s, 6 inch, 6 figures, and 6 feet tall. Is what I heard. That's the rumor.
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor. Yeah, that's the rumor. So if you got all those things as a man, you're good to go. So
yeah. So
I don't know if I personally believe in it, but
he didn't change it up on me. He didn't change it up on me.
Well, see, I can be convinced. I don't know. I gotta see
what you think on that?
I mean, I've met plenty of women that really don't even care about how much money a man has, though. But coming here it's a lot different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can definitely go with the 6 feet thing. I've seen a lot of women, especially in the hospital, really like be melting over like tall dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's very weird to see him like that because it's like, what's the tall thing really about? It seems like it's like daddy issue kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know what it's about, but anyway, I know that's what he told me, that a woman get those 3 things and she happy a motherfucker. So I don't know.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
But I got one more thing that I'm gonna start it off with, and then I just wanted to get that one over there, and then I just want y'all to just go on and chop this shit up, because we got some real talking. I'm not gonna be the only one coming up with some shit. I know y'all got some shit, and I know Josh, he keep playing this shit. You know, he don't even have to have no notes, but I do.
Figure it out.
So what I want to know is, at what point or how long is it in the relationship before you start to ask for some head from your lady, and how long before you go down? I mean, how long does that need to take? Anybody can jump on. I mean, does it, after a week, a month, or what?
I mean, I feel like if you gonna stick anybody part in them, you might as well go for all of it if you gonna do it. You know what I mean? Except for like eating booty, like
right.
That's kind of wild.
That's a little on the fence right there.
Right. So how long you? I mean,
the first time you hit, you can go ahead and eat that thing. I don't even. When it comes to women, some women it's weird because you gotta ask them for the head, and it's like, why don't you just do it? You know
Yeah.
Asking seems so forceful. You know
yeah. So you just want to lay one over there and just let her go and get over there?
Just go ahead and do it anyway. I mean, at in today's times, man, it's like shaking a hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you saying that within the first time you get ready to hit, it's okay to go and eat?
If you gonna hit it, it's still intercourse while not making it passion.
Right.
Make it passionate. You know what I'm saying?
You can't. I mean, if you put a rubber on, well, then you didn't still put. This one guy told me, well, I don't even use a rubber because he said if I didn't ate her, I already didn't ate whatever was down. So I don't put a rubber.
He's already poisoned at that point. Yeah.
Right. So he said right off the bat. So what are you saying? When is okay to go?
I don't know. I mean, he's got a good point. If you're already in it, I mean, you might as well just go the whole way.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta treat it like you at a bar, bro. Top me off. You know?
Right. So you just said just right off the bat, since you're not ready to hit. So you.
I don't think
after 1 week then it's good to go on and
I don't think first date, but for me, if like this is like on a chick side, right? So if the chick is coming out hot out the gates, like a couple dates in,
right.
I think that's already too much. That's already saying something. Personally, with me, I'd rather I go on a slower pace. But I know definitely there's some chicks out there coming out hot the gates.
Okay,
all right.
That to me would say something.
I think this though. Okay, so whatever points you feel like it's good enough to smash without a condom on, that's when you eat it.
Right.
Because it's like, you know, what's the point of putting a condom on if you're going to eat it?
Well, one of my partners told me he dated, so shit, he ain't worried about
changed hey, your partner not even here. He changed my whole perspective on it just now. So.
Okay, so we just saying, you said just right off, you can hit right out to get. Soon as she let you hit, you can go and eat, and she got to get.
Nah, I guess you got to wait till you get that rubber off, sitting, you know, like that feeling. Like, I need this rubber off. Then you go for it.
Okay.
Man, dang, your partner, he a wise. He wise.
It's a prophet right there, man.
My whole perspective.
That's a prophet right there.
He showed me he don't use one. He say, shit, I already ate whatever's down there.
He's already in.
Yeah.
Well, what's up? And you say just
take it, man. I'm more personally, I would take it slow. You know, I mean,
slower. So we like.
I mean, it could be a couple months in. If I'm going down on it, I'm probably potentially gonna marry this woman. I might be. I'm a young single dude at the same time too, so like I speak from that perspective, right? You know,
okay.
So
you going down, you looking to marry.
You probably, if I'm invested in that far, I'm probably gonna marry for sure.
Women kind of dangerous out here nowadays. You never know when they shot the club up. Bro.
Right. Okay.
You just be eating it.
Okay. All right. Just make sure you kind of lean over a little bit. So I want to make sure you don't lean too far. Cause you be having some shit. I want to make sure I get all that in there. Cause you be over.
Man, your partner really changed my perspective on this, man. He need to write him a letter.
All right. So. All right, so then that's just a couple of things I just wanted to open up with. Y'all asked him, you didn't told him about the 3 6s, and I didn't ask him about when is it okay to go on and eat and for her to give you the head. And like he was saying, sometimes they run from that and don't want to give you that. We just like, why you gotta, can't you just
do why you done gave me everything else, why you hold the head back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If anything, it would make more sense for them to give you the head first and not the vagina.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get the vagina last. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's supposed to be the cake, you know what I mean? You done already had that. That's like having a burger without the condiments, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right then. Whatever we got on the menu then. So we'll let them 2 thoughts of mine, but whatever we got, who got something up? Cause there's some random shit.
Man, we can always talk about some social engineering. I remember I had sent you a message about that the other day, and I just want to know what do you guys think about the social engineering that's going on these days, man?
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I had to research it a little bit because I really wasn't familiar with it. What about you?
I wouldn't know.
Right. So maybe you could. I had that in my notes also. So bring up.
So pretty much social engineering is like anything that they put in front of your face to push their narratives. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Black Lives Matter thing was kind of wild. And then just the way they use people's emotions against them. Like right now, everybody's talking about what's that name of it? It's a movie. I guess it's about child trafficking.
Yeah.
Oh,
So right now, it's kind of like they using a bunch of different things to push the narratives that they want. You know what I mean? Like the little Barbie movie that came out, and it's just different stuff. Like, have you guys ever heard of a movie called They Clone Tyrone?
No, I haven't heard that.
It's a pretty deep movie, man. It's on Netflix, man. It's pretty much about them cloning people and them controlling people through music and the chemicals they put in our foods and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And now that's a part of social engineering. You know what I'm saying? Just to control. Right. It's the level of control.
That's what social engineering is about. Control.
It's about control, but they have to control you and you not realize that they're controlling you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what's the ultimate goal of social engineering? And like, I'm on, I guess we could we're going to dive in it, but
hey, get in that shit.
Who is there somebody at the top kingpinning all this, or is it different groups having different ideas?
Well, they say,
what's the word?
They say it's different groups, but at the end of the day, it's the same 3 or 4 families that's controlling everything, though. So even in that, it's like a problem, reaction, solution kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like they'll put 2 groups against each other that they control. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, voting. You know what I'm saying? Both of those houses are controlled by the same people, bro. You just don't think that they are. And the people that are truly about the freedom and the well-being of the people, right? Nobody supports them, so nobody even vote for that third party.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
I think the major part, the biggest part of social engineering has to be money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Them motherfuckers never have enough money.
Because it's all about the control. It's like a drug that got to keep you coming back. You know what I'm saying? They have to control your mind. You know what I mean? That's why people prefer to eat garbage over eating healthier. You know what I mean?
Right.
And even I've eaten the garbage, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I feel like nobody is better than anybody. It's just that we don't realize it because in every facet of life we're being trained by enemies. From the time we're in preschool to the time that we go through college, we're being given information that is not suitable to sustain reality on a high vibrational frequency. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Like they be putting the stuff out here about they put stuff out about extraterrestrials.
Oh, that's how I'm talking with Paul about that recently.
Yeah.
I know you tell me. Like they'll put stuff out about extraterrestrials, right? And then people will see stuff and then they'll tell them it's not real. And they've been doing it for 60 years, and then they just come out and tell you that everything's real. So what does that mean for all the people who've been telling everybody UFOs is real for the last 60 years, and they've been telling them they crazy?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to start looking at social engineering like that, man. Whatever we at this moment deem as normal is not going to be normal 10 years from now, man. 40 years ago, people was marrying girls that was like 13, 14 in Mexico.
Damn.
Now look at it.
Yeah.
Because that was legal. That was legal back then. That was frowned upon.
I was getting you in the slammer,
Yeah. You know what I mean? You think about like 50 years ago, women didn't even wear dresses above their knees. Now look where it's at, though. Normality is the forever changing.
Shit.
It's forever changing thing.
So what comes next? Is there gonna be, you guys think, a breakdown? Because I've kind of put out a timeline. I'm thinking 2030, everything's coming full collapse.
That's what they say, man. But I still believe it's gonna come before that, though. I feel like it's gonna come before that because if you look at that way, everything is just escalating. Like they're pushing a narrative, and that's why I was saying the last time. Like people are foolish because we say we want peace, but then we send our children to die for a rich people cause, and then we allow our children to believe that that is having some type of validation for their country and think they're serving protecting. But if we actually get all the poor people and the regular people from all these countries and we set them down at a table, just them, no politicians, none of those rich people, none of that, and we talked, none of us will have a problem with each other, so why would our countries be going to war?
Yeah.
And that's what they're supposed to be working for us, though. But we go on the war for them, for their dollar, for their oil.
Them motherfuckers, man, they is tripping like mud.
It's really crazy, bro, because it's all a part of just the brainwashing, bro. It keeps it going, and they just have to keep it going. With every generation, it has to be a problem. At first, there was racism, right? Now, the whole thing that they got going on for the next few generations to be battling against this gender, and they made that a solid war to battle against.
They definitely doing it with that gender shit.
Do you guys think it's okay then because I just saw something in like kindergarten or an elementary school out in California, they're allowed to teach on that, on gender studies in school. You think that's too young, or what age do you think it's appropriate, or if any age?
All that gender stuff is based around sex, man. Anytime you mix in the sex stuff with the children, it's some pedo vibes, you know? Seriously, it's like mad pedo vibes, bro. Because it's like they don't even know themselves as a human being yet to know who they want to end their lives up with, to know what their body is. They haven't even learned the body that they have, and you trying to tell them what they should think that they have. Like,
right. And I don't know, is that what you were saying, or was they started teaching it, or?
I kind of step off from like they're in the schools now, like teaching on all sorts of things that are directed by the teachers, though, that the parents find out when their kids get home. And then like a lot of that stuff, like for me growing up, was like not as crazy, but now it's like they're really pushing it, like per se, like like evolution was really pushed big, and you were graded on it. Right, like you would take tests over evolution, like it was teached to you, like it was the truth, and like you got to pass it to make it a class, right? Stuff like that. Like I had a class in college, like anthropology, same class. I had to write on there's infinite genders, other than male and female. Okay. Right, so you have to like this whole scheme is like you gotta plan this to like pass and even like make it through like schooling, like to move on to the next still in career. It's crazy, dude.
It is, and even in that, what you just said, you can see the agenda. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not the truth, you have to learn it because somebody else put it in the book. And then we get to the point where we start to believe just because somebody put it in the book is real, it's true.
It's crazy, dude.
You can lie in books, you know what I'm saying? You can have people, it's like, but people don't think like this. People will be like, well, I read it, so it's true.
Right.
Just because you read something in a book does not make it a fact.
No. And just
that's an opinion.
Right, exactly. And just to kind of go back on what you're saying, just to kind of throw a little curve in there. So if you would want to know if it's okay to teach that in class, in kindergarten or whatever, about race and sex, and I mean not race but gender or whatever, something like that. That's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
Well, if you have the LGBTQ, I think I've said that right.
Plus something.
I may miss that. But my thing is, if you have where the two guys are raising this kid, then that kid may be wondering, well, what the heck is going on? But they may not really know yet because they're still young. But I'm just trying to go with it. So is the parents the ones should be teaching them a little bit of that? Or should the school, you're saying not the school, probably the parent?
The parents should be.
The parents should be.
Because that brings back the first critical rule of education, especially when it comes to your own children, and that's school starts at home.
Right.
You can't allow your children to go out there with an empty mind. You know what I'm saying? With just if the mind is like a chalkboard, you can't just send your child out there with a blank chalkboard brain. It's already got to be some in it. They got to know how to write their name. They need to have some type of common sense. You need to have been teaching them while they in the house. Because let's face it, like when the kids usually start school by 5.
Like 5, 6
They smart as hell.
Yeah.
A 5-year-old is smart, bro.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I mean? And I think people really do not give credit to children.
Okay.
Like that show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Like, bro, them kids be blasting adults, bro.
Okay. All right. So sound like you're saying they'll teach them at home, and so if you're teaching them at home, then is it okay for the teacher to go and have that a part of her class schedule?
I don't think so.
So you saying no, don't teach it at school at that young of an age.
Yeah.
But let me be the one to teach my kid that at home.
Now, I say like maybe like towards a senior year of high school.
Right.
That's cool. I mean, in high school you're gonna get the sex ed classes, so that's just understanding the reproductive process. You know what I mean? Like the sexual thing is still a preference, so it's kind of like it's still in the pedo vibe.
But you know that kids are fucking before high school senior.
Yeah, they are.
But they don't really know.
But that's still their parents' place that they're talking to them though.
They're talking with them. Because they fucking way before that.
When you put that type of power in the teacher's hands, I feel like they become something more than just a teacher.
It's a teacher in that sense, yeah.
Okay. So they pretty much kind of.
So to rewind it back, here's like a hot topic with it too, is that should everybody, like obviously not each parent is going to be yoked, if you will, as the next parent, right? In terms of like their knowledge on like what they know and like what, and like you're saying, like you have a couple, like 2 dudes raising a kid, like that kid's not going to know. Yeah. Right. And they grow up and then they have a distorted worldview of like, oh, that's okay. Or like, this is the norm. Right, then it might lead to like at school, then like they're picked on because of that crap, right? And then they feel ostracized, wherever the case is, right? But isn't the sense that like I used to be like a big believer in like I had like a saying, it was like lack of knowledge is almost like negligence. Like, in terms of like raising a kid and stuff like that. Like if you're gonna be a parent, like you should know as much information as you can to let them be successful, right? And to have it better than you had it prior, right? So that was super big because I see a lot of stuff now where like a lot of this stuff can be fixed if the parents were like fully versed and just had better knowledge overall. Right. Not to say it's perfect, right? But it can be a hell of a lot better, right? So I don't know what you guys think about that.
But they gotta be able to step out of the box to even want to begin to learn too. Because when you really look at how society is right now, a lot of people who are stupid are and madly validated online, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people don't even know about like where gravity comes from, like, crazy stuff. And it's like, bro, these are the people that's telling their children stuff that's going back and they telling and their kids telling other people kids stuff. Right. It's almost like a zombie virus, but it's stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like your kid comes back home one day and say some dumb shit. You like, where the fuck did you hear this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all stay with us out there. I told you we got some random shit right here, just some random conversations, some random talk. So we already talked about sucking and fucking. So we're gonna tell you what may come up next. You know,
I'm telling, man.
You know, so it's some crazy. I know you got something else over there in the bag of tricks. So you
Man, I just think about the state of the world, bro, and how a lot of this stuff is really not common sense to people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To send your child out into the world blind is really crazy. I don't really know. Back where I'm from in Chicago, people don't really send their kids out blind. Like they really sweat telling their kids about the cops heavy. Where I'm from.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it's a heavy fear of the people that's really supposed to be protecting you, and that's kind of weird. And it really shows a state of just the country in general, bro. Like how you gonna be scared of your protectors, and how you scared of the government, and why we always gotta pay taxes, bro? You know what I mean? Like that's not weird to y'all.
Shit, that's big weird.
I feel like money is just a very weird
It's
thing.
fake.
Right.
It's fake.
It only has a value we
money,
give.
dude.
Yeah.
It's
But
fake
people love
money.
it so much. We the only creatures on the planet that don't know what freedom is.
But what would the world be like without money? Like you take out money, some people get up and live for money though. Like they can't physically, they would bury themselves if it wasn't for money.
Don't sound like this is really sound you living.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, but then like if you take away money from the population, like what? How do you operate it then? Like what does it become?
How did civilization even get here? Because we didn't always have money.
It's trading, bartering,
There
trading.
you go, man. You know what I'm saying? Skills, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like I be telling people now, bro. If the system crashed, money was worthless. Everybody that's got all the money and the same dudes who you were saying, the girls like the 6s, right?
Yeah.
All these dudes that got this money, not gonna know how to do nothing. Not gonna be able to build that girl a house, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta think about this, a lot of those people that got that kind of money are pampered. So when you're pampered and you have the law to protect you, that's one thing.
Right.
But when the system is down and you're used to being pampered, now people come take your shit. And we talking about the people who haven't had, right? The people who haven't had anything. Now they feel like I'm gonna get everything I always wanted.
Yeah.
What you gonna do, man? You got this money, the money worthless.
Yeah.
You can't pay them to go away.
Yeah.
So you might as well pack your shit with a little hobo bag on stick.
Yeah.
Come on,
Swamp that guy.
you know what I'm saying? But that's where the world is really going, though. Like,
That's crazy.
like people don't get it, and you look at the price of food right now.
Yeah.
Going crazy, man.
So is it worth? Because I was just talking with a buddy about this. Is it worth pursuing a career? Because you see, like the whole world, it's just like a big scheme going on. Like it's fake, especially as a young dude now. Like I've seen a sense like a lot of it's silly. Like you play this game, you save up, get your 401k, you build up to 65, whatever. You dump the money, and then you might not even make it the next couple years after that. Like, especially in America, that's the scheme to play, is just stack this money, put it in under your bed, basically, and hoard it up. And then eventually you enjoy your life in your latter years. Or is it better just to experience the world, like I said, just build skills, right? Sail across the world, do something like that, go to random countries, right? Use your communication skills to live amongst the people, just travel around the world doing that.
Yeah.
Is that a more, like, life worth living?
I feel like it is. But the simple fact is, you have to look at what the powers that be, the government, you know what I'm saying? What have they been taking away for the last 20, 30, 40 years? You know what I'm saying? You have to look at what they're taking away, and then you'll see what's important. Do you see kids going up? Now, see, it's different here, because what I have seen is I used to do floors for a company, and we used to go way out to the country. And it was crazy because we went to this one place where it was a high school and an elementary school right by each other. And that raised a whole bunch of different questions for me, man. Because I'm like, if you had a damn bully all the way through 8th grade, you can't get away from it.
You all the way through.
You know, it's some school now, they have the whole, all of the grades in one big ass, right around here in Central Texas, well, not in Central Texas, but right around here in Texas, they got it like that. You know, all of the grades in one school.
That's crazy.
So yeah, you got that bully, then shit, you got that bully the whole way.
All the way down here to college, yeah.
Man, so.
But no, I was saying, like, you will see here, because there's a lot more farming and stuff going on. Like, when I was doing tours in the classroom, stuff like that, you'll see they had all type of agricultural classes, livestock classes, and stuff like that. But you don't really see too many people having those trade classes no more, like shop. You know what I'm saying? Mechanic
like wood shop or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see those more. Those don't exist.
And why is that though? Because in that and learning that and teaching the child that, you teaching them how to have a skill or a trade as to where they can provide for themselves. We're raising the community now as to where everybody is like, well, what kind of human resource can you become?
I think that's where it's set up now, is that the jobs, like there's been a big push, especially when I was in college, which not too long ago, but it was STEM, right?
Yeah.
And STEM, all of it is the science, technology, mathematics, all that's centered and geared towards big corporation, right?
Yep.
Like fulfilling for a big hospital or a big company and stuff like that. None of it's catered towards, you could like start your own invention, but a lot of it's catered towards like big corporation, like innovations in that sense. Like you're gonna work for Apple or Microsoft or something. But that's crazy. Yeah, they don't.
It's weird.
They don't do any of that. Yeah.
Even when you in school and you listen to your teachers talk to you, they be like, "You want to get good grades? Why? Not to start your own business, but so that you can get a good job."
Right.
They don't even say so you can get a good career.
Right. And go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say good job.
Since you said that about the teacher and telling the kids something, I read the Malcolm X book years ago. It's a lot of years ago. I can't even remember all of it, but that came to mind because I think he wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that. I can't remember, but the teacher was telling him he should look at being like a plumber or being something else or something like that. Instead of what he had his mind and goals set on to being. It was something to that effect. Somebody probably out there gonna say that shit ain't right. I said I think. I can't fucking remember. I read that book 30 years ago. But it's just crazy, man. So
it's a power of influence, man.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they have any of those. I know when I was coming up through school, we had, I think I was in the fucking 8th grade, and we had wood shop or some shit where we was building this and building that, and
but
in high school they had all that stuff like that. Yeah.
The crazy thing is, the stuff like that, you talk to guys that actually do it, that are successful, they're making as much or more than the guys that are doing STEM jobs that are coming out.
Yeah.
Right, and they're climbing a ladder versus these trade jobs, dude. You more you work, the more you make. Right. You got a bunch of gigs, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, it's just hard work, but
and
nobody
you
wants
make
to
your
do
own prices, all that.
Yeah, exactly. So
but that type of stuff is that type of work is priceless because it's almost like being a mechanic, bro. Somebody's always gonna need some work done on something.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, why not know it?
Yeah.
Back in the days, dudes didn't have to call people to come work on their houses because they knew it from shop class. They had some type of understanding of the tools.
Yeah.
Like my grandma, they had got a house. My grandma wanted a different stairway. She wanted to wind around. So instead of getting somebody to do it, I remember as a little boy sitting there watching my granddad do every piece of that. He even had the little spinning thing to make
dial action.
Bro, crazy. Just be sitting there grinding while spinning.
Well, they have it a little bit easier now because YouTube, you can put whatever, so you can. But thing about it is now they can't take it because they got to be doing this, so they can't fix anything because they got to work those thumbs.
But YouTube in itself is its own college. People just don't understand how to use that university, bro. They look at stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went to the shop the other day. The guy told me, he was like, I went in. What is it called? It's some 4-leaf clover mechanic shop, bro. I forgot the name of it. O'Reilly's.
Right.
So I go over there, and I guess they was understaffed. There was one dude in there, and I was like, I wanted to trade my battery out. So he looked me up, gave me and got my information, and he gave me my receipt. And he was like, well, I can't help you take your battery out. You know what I'm saying? But I can give you this too, because there wasn't enough people in the store.
Right.
He couldn't leave the register. So I'm like, all right, I have it out in like 5 minutes. And then he was like, bro, I got that same car. He's like, you're not gonna get that battery out in 5 minutes. Bro, I got that battery out and a new battery in there under 10 minutes, bro. He was shocked.
What is he talking about? He works at the hardware store too.
Yeah.
That's great. This is a deal I was going to say too. It's kind of rewinding back. But like as a man, I'm sure you guys can speak as being like older men too. Is like you got to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Like you have to be, whether you're trying to like get with a woman or like you're just trying to be successful as a man in your career and whatever you're doing just in life. You got to be a jack of all trades. Like covering like, dude, that could be like meditation. That could be reading the word. Dude, that could be in career, like you're saying now, like wood shop action, you got metal working. Yeah. But you got to know like at least how to do like a little bit of everything it's kind of at least like I'm seeing is like I'm sure you guys can speak on being
real.
Yeah.
You really do, bro. Because you'll never know as a man what you're gonna encounter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be anything from woodworking to mechanic work on your car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't realize this as a little boy. But I used to ask my mom and my dad, I'm like, why dudes always sitting around while other dudes working on their car? They learning, bro. You know what I'm saying? They might just be talking shit, drinking some beers, but somebody in that group is learning something.
Somebody's holding the line down. What's going on, man?
Working on cars, I gotta put some brakes on my damn truck. I know how, but I might get this guy $20 to pay him $20 to put it on there, but I know how to do it.
But it's still different though, because at least you know how to do it.
Yeah, I know how to put them on there. I've been doing it for years.
Right. So with you knowing how to do it, and then you knowing what it consists of to get it done, you understand already how not to get cheated on the price.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You already going to looking at something in a different way because you understand it.
Yeah.
As opposed to you going to a garage, you're not knowing shit about cars, and somebody trying to tell you, bro, you need a new flux capacitor and an alternator, bro. It's gonna cost you $8 grand.
Back in the future,
right?
The super
I didn't even know there was a flux capacitor in here.
Say the super rated carburetor went out.
It's right. Super carburetor.
Hey y'all, don't go nowhere. I'm telling y'all, we just talking about some random shit right here on Wizzo Talk. Remember, it's free to subscribe. I always have trouble fucking that word up.
They gotta
subscribe.
Subscribers,
y'all know,
man.
hey, subscribe. It's free to subscribe. It's free to share. So I just want to throw the curve in here. I got to put my partner on some of his little blast out there again. So, but we're gonna talk about the body count, because I believe he was saying something about the woman that he might date can't have no more than 2 body counts, something like that. How was that? How does that go?
That's nice.
I say 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Ideally, again, this is Old Testament script, right? Like you're gonna come with 0. And obviously, you're not going to get that in the modern world nowadays. That's not going to be possible, right?
Everybody get body.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's the modern world we live in. It's more ingrained in the culture to have bodies, right? And the same thing is like, you might talk to these women that like might take pride. I know it's different for guys, right? Guys will take pride in like, oh yeah, I got like a lot of bodies, right? And the dudes will brag about it. Like women say the same thing, but a woman comes up to you and says, I've slept with 100 dudes.
And that's something that you're gonna ask her how many she slept with.
You can kind of feel.
I mean, how do you get that out to the woman? And then look. Oh, go ahead.
A lot of this is intuitive. You gotta know.
How the hell you gonna know?
You're gonna know. You're gonna know.
You can tell by how they talk.
You're gonna know if she's really up in your face, aggressive, right?
She the dude.
She's a hard charger, right? Like,
she's the guy.
The apparel, right? The apparel, like
that really give it up.
What is she wearing, right? The phone. The phone's a big one too. The phone's constantly up, sending messages. Phone.
She got a big body count. Okay, but let me ask you this.
Those are signs.
You know some key points.
Let me ask you this. So she can't have more body counts than you, or your body count doesn't matter. I mean, if she has 2 and here you coming in with 10, well, why you gonna ask her about how many she have? I don't even know how that conversation come about.
Well, I feel like men are different.
Men are different. So
I feel like men are different because a woman want a man with experience.
Okay.
There is that.
So you know what I'm saying? So if you got women on you, or you have plenty of women like that, a woman gonna be like, okay, so he understands how to handle a woman. Even though I don't know how you would, because he didn't keep the women. So.
Right. Yeah, but if he know how to handle a woman, then why the hell is 3 seconds later this shit is over with? You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like most people, after they have sex, they realize who the person was they had sex with.
So it ain't
those goggles come off.
Post not clarity, dude.
Right.
Yeah, that post not clarity is a dangerous thing, bro.
That's vicious, yeah.
So the body count, you want her to have no more than 2, 3.
It's an in the moment deal.
I mean,
you just gotta kind of weigh it out. I mean,
well, let me ask you this: how does that conversation come up? You sitting out, y'all at dinner. By the way, how many people have you fucked? Or how many people have you slept with? Or I mean, how does that conversation come up?
It really
you said that you should know.
What kind of? Well, it really depends on what kind of cojones you have, man. You gonna ask a different type of way. You know what I'm saying? A regular dude would be like, "What's your body count?"
Just like that, bam.
A regular dude would.
So a lot of times, honestly, people are just telling themselves.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything. You you'll just be going along with it. And again, there's the indicators though from like the ground. Like, say you're dating a woman and stuff like that. Like you saw the indicators, like a lot of dudes on the phone and stuff like this. Like the apparel is, like super not modest, right? In that sense,
right?
You're gonna have indicators coming out, right? And like I said, dude, they're gonna tell them themselves. Like you don't even have to do it. It'll just come up in conversation. Right. Oh, my ex from the past. Oh, this, that.
I was just about to say that. Well, ask them what happened in their last relationship.
Yeah.
Start having a conversation, you see where it goes. Yeah, dude. 100%.
Right. So just go and bring it like that, just shoot at. Okay, so you really attracted this woman. Y'all been dating and talking and whatever, y'all already know where I'm going with this.
It's gonna blind you, yeah.
And then bam, you done already done slept with her. Everything is good. Then you come along probably, a week, 2 later or whatever, and you find out that she got a 10 body count. So you just gonna throw everything in? And
well, shit, man. I think I look like this. You were that 10 body.
You was number 10. You already
mixed up in
the mix.
So that.
Hold on.
What's up?
Hold on. So, from my standpoint too, you would if I'm off in the linens, man. I'm
define linens.
I'm off in the sheets, man. I'm in the sheets.
You in the sheets.
I'm in the bed, man.
Okay, you up in the bed.
I'm already committed to marry this woman, right? Like I've made that commitment, right? Because the conundrum behind it is like, well, you don't want a woman with a high body count, but you're out contributing to the high body count, right? So you can't say you want a woman with a low body count if you're still contributing to the problem. Right, so
that's true.
It goes both ways, though, right? So if you want to hold that standard for yourself, it's got to go the same way, right? So, ideally you'd be marrying this woman, and then from there, dude, like you're gonna know everything before you marry this woman, dude.
Now,
you gotta know, dude.
That was a politician answer, because you didn't answer my question. You did that politician shit and went all around the question that I asked you. You didn't sleep with y'all and did the movie, y'all did whatever, and now she say, I got a 10 body count. Okay. But like my man say, you were number 10.
You would already find out before that. I would already find out before that. I'm not getting in the sheets. If there's a 10 body, you're gonna know this, dude. Dude, there's women I've known in the past that would openly talk about how many dudes they slept with.
They do that now.
Legitimately. Like, it's a sign of pride, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like, because you got OnlyFans running, bro. Because that stuff's promoted now. Like, it's like, that's the glorious kind of life, especially, like, amongst that crowd of, like, on young people. It's like, it gives, like, an opportunity. Like, I sell my body for money.
Okay.
Right? So now it's been given, like, a stigma. Like, it's good to talk about it, which is crazy.
So I guess to answer the question in short form, because that was another politician answer.
You did go around.
Then the other thing is, if you didn't already done slept with it and got it and ate up everything, she done gave you head and all that, and you was really liking all that, too. You find out that she was 10, so now you just gonna say, I don't want that.
I'm already gonna know. Like I said, I'm gonna know.
But we talking about you didn't already done slept with her, you didn't got the goodies, she didn't gave you head, you didn't ate up everything she done had, and now she gonna say, I got 10 on the count, and you gonna leave her.
Okay.
Right?
In theory,
here we go, America.
If I didn't know, right, and I somehow stumbled upon the way, now I'm having sex with her, and I didn't know about the 10 body count, I'm locked in.
Okay.
I'm already locked in.
Okay.
I'm in the 10 body count
mix. Though, bro.
I'm just in the mix then.
10 ain't bad in today's time.
10 is.
There's some women out there with 100.
Yeah.
Dripping.
Okay.
Nasty. Dog. You know what I'm saying?
Swallowing and drinking everything.
When a woman say she got a high body count, bro, I just look at them different. You look like, damn. I like those glazed donuts and the cream is just pouring out of it. That's what it made me think of. And I'm like, oh, so many guys that did this to you.
Yeah.
You're a Sawyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're on pure. You want the holy one. Safety.
I'm not going to even ask her about the count, because my count, her count, I ain't going to even ask her. And I'm not going to even try to judge the wardrobe, or try to judge this, try to judge that.
You got to read them signs though, man.
I'm just going.
It's a good sign to they pass.
And see, another thing is, if you out or whatever, At the club, you contributing to the camp because you
It's true. That's why before you go do anything, you gotta jerk off, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get that shit out.
Get it out the
That clarity. You go in the club, you like, nah, I'm good.
They ain't got to worry about it. Until you run across Becky, and then
I'm already drained, Becky. You can't do shit. So you can't tempt me, devil.
I heard that shit. Well,
I'm in that clear-minded, bro. I'm like Buddha in the joint, dog. You can't tempt me,
random shit. You just don't know what you go here up in
She
here.
rubber one them teeth in your face. I smell good, you do, but I don't need it.
You know, that's because you not ready to choke that chicken before you let
That's already done.
It's ready to roll.
I'm gonna take all that different swag, man. I don't even look at them. I let them look at me. I'm looking at the ceiling.
Well, after 10 times later, you finally answered the question, so I appreciate that. You finally,
It's hard to answer that one,
be trying to get away from the
if we're in
question.
the mix, we're in the mix, man. So.
T ain't really
Yeah,
bad, though,
that
man.
The reality is though, it's not like, again, like I said, like guys out here complain, because I talk to other guys too, like my age, like in the Christian community in particular, like guys are complaining. There's no good women out there.
These girls.
That is true though. That is crazy. Yeah.
The devil in it.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is. Well, I was talking to my dad about it too, and it was like, it's like either you do too much with your kids and like you restrain them from everything.
That's what make them want it.
Or when you don't do enough, right? So it's always this like balance of like trying to figure out the perfect deal, which is honestly impossible probably to find.
Man.
But then it get even deeper in society because then we got a lot of women out here saying how they don't want to be turned into sexual objects, and then you got the women that be like, oh man, the men still control the world. We don't have any rights and all this other stuff.
It's crazy.
And I try to tell a lot of women, y'all got it easy because even if you fat and ugly, you still can get online naked and make money.
Some dudes can
Hey,
go
it's
for it.
somebody,
Yeah. That is crazy.
out there. I think we did a podcast on physical attraction.
Yeah.
Your eyes can fool you.
But women, this is the thing though.
Shit, women.
Winning. Because even if they fat and ugly, they still can get online and show some titties, dog.
Yeah.
What would the world? I just had this idea too. What would the world look like without men? Like, how would women behave? Like in terms of like apparel, like,
wow,
you know, you hear the term boss bees, if you will. Like, oh, I'm gonna chase a career. I'll have kids when I'm 40, and then it comes to be 40. You can't have kids. You're infertile at that point, right? So they're like almost vengeful towards it at some point. Like, so what does the world look like without men in the picture?
Trifling.
What does it turn into?
Trifling, dog. Trifling. They try to make sure that men are a problem. Trifling, dog. I'm telling you, men are part of the problem. But women do a lot of shit to themselves and they try to blame it on men. Men don't like the eyelashes, ladies. No eyelashes. If you like, you can sweep the floor with them joints. We don't like that shit. We don't give no fuck about your fingernails. We don't care if your panties and your drawers match. We don't care. Women do that type of shit for other women.
And you know, I'm gonna tell you what, I've said that before because I know this one cat. He got these red bottoms. He got this Louis Vuitton. All this top notch shit on.
It's not for the dudes.
No, he's dressing for those guys because that woman, she not really paying no attention to that shit. So what I keep saying, women be dressing like that for women.
Yeah.
Because we, as men, we don't care about those lashes. We don't care about those nails and all that stuff.
And guys dress like that for women, but there is a small portion of that guy who's dressing up to stunt on the next man.
That's where
it's like it's just like nature. It's like nature.
Yeah.
Though, like birds, right? The male birds are more colorful than the female birds, right? So they do, you know what I'm saying, push away the other males, and then the colors are more vibrant.
Right.
But it's really for the woman.
Yeah.
But at the same time, those guys, like, again, the society where you don't have a choice. Like, society is based the man's value on the dollar.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. So now you got to wear a designer, or you're pressed to wear a designer deal. Or to wear like the most expensive watch, this, that, whatever. It's just a sign of money and status.
Right, and then like the women be looking at that, and the women be doing that shit. They know the Louis Vuitton, they know the Gucci. Oh, you got a Gucci bag, you got a Gucci belt, and it's like, well, damn, that's weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me because if women wasn't around like that, dudes would just wear dirty, holy clothes. They wouldn't get no fuck. We'd probably be building shit all the time.
Yeah, that's probably true on that too. But you know my thing on that when you calling out the name brands and everything like that. How does she know that shit ain't fake?
She don't.
It's
some of them that got that eye though. They can touch that linen.
She see that or whatever. Some of them dress like that. Cause I was in this cat, man. He spent like $500 on a damn Burberry shirt and donated some shit.
My chest hurt.
I'm like, what? And $500 bottle of cologne.
It's stupid.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's stupid.
But I mean, I have no idea why. I wouldn't be buying that shit.
I would buy $500 worth.
You know, but I just think that some men, like, it's a certain, the average woman out there don't know that these are red bottoms that cost $1,500.
They don't.
But you got some of those women that's, I don't want to say maybe looking for that money or know that money or know, oh, that motherfucker got on them red bottoms. They
the ones you don't want.
That's where we're going. Yeah.
They're the ones you don't want. When they can spot you across the room and know how much your shoes cost, she a gold digger, buddy. Don't even bother with it.
Yeah, they're digging already.
Her mind is on the wrong thing.
Right.
Because you still looking at all this external shit. You can have all that and be a piece of shit.
And you catch them cats out there, man. And I'm not hating on them. They can have all that wood, but a lot of them came forward. They got the Mercedes. They got all this shit on right here and live with their mama.
Yeah, they're crazy in debt, dude. That's what I'm saying.
So much for that. Now you catch me over here on the side. I got this 1985 whatever. My house that I've been in for whatever.
Hey,
they don't want nothing to do with it.
They don't want that.
But they don't want
back to the 60s, man.
Yeah.
Facade, dude. It's the facade, dude. That's what's crazy. I think at the same time it takes a certain level of awareness as a dude to like understand the scheme at the same time. Like why am I wearing a $500 Gucci belt? It looks like trash anyways.
Rich people don't even just real wealthy people don't be wearing that shit.
It's
buying tractors and shit, dog.
It's legit ploy for people middle and lower class to keep them poor. Legitimate.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna buy status items that they can never
look like the people who got it, and that is one of the things that really keeps me from really like vibing with my family. Because a lot of them have this illusion of false wealth, and they don't really want the real wealth that will come with a group economics.
Right. Put a pin, hold that thought right there, come right back, hold that thought right there. Time for a commercial break. Hello everybody, coming at you, this is Paul Wizzo with a commercial break. We talk about some random shit up in here. Y'all know because I'm doing this commercial. This is how I get paid up in this shit. So I would love to hear something back from you guys in the comments because we talk about all kinds of shit up in here. So hopefully you stay tuned and hit us up in the comments and let us know what you think. These guys will be checking the comments and also we all give you some feedback. And always remember, it's free to subscribe, it's free to like, and it's free to share. And this has been a commercial break. Now put that pin out and get back in that shit.
Yeah, man. People really just have a problem with understanding false wealth, man, and not really wanting the real thing. I feel like they just scared of it, for real. Yeah. Like they scared of not struggling.
The crazy thing, some of the wealthiest people you'll ever see is Middle Eastern Persians, right? Like I came from Houston. Back in Houston, dude, the guys I was friends with, some of these groups, like these, they all live, their entire family was in the house, all of it. But they had these huge houses. Son had a brand new M3 BMW, 100K out of high school. All this stuff. Like, hey, where do you get this from, man? And it was like, dude, because they just pulled their wealth together, and they've been pulling it for years. Bro. But the American deal is like, I'm gonna get it on my own and split off from the family. And not even take care of your old man, your mom later down the road.
Push them on into a nursing home, man.
Which is crazy, dude.
That is wild, man. Because grandparents used to be in their houses. You know what I'm saying? They live longer when they're around the kids because they get all that energy, man. Yeah. And now we just live in the new American culture is all about living for excess. Mm-hmm. You don't even need all that though. And like you were saying, bro, a lot of the cultures that do what you're saying, bro, they make fun of them for doing that shit. Right. Like you hear people like, oh man, that's a house full of Mexicans.
Yeah.
They smart, bro.
Yeah.
You the stupid one. You're the dumb one. We do that a lot in America. We make fun of people that actually doing the right shit.
The craziest thing too is that they could be some of the most impoverished groups too at the same time, but they're the happiest.
Yeah, because family, they got their family together.
Now you're not gonna catch a lot of black people living together like that. They're not. I mean, they can't really stick together. And a lot you're not gonna catch it. And then just to go back to touch base when you were saying how you got all the Hispanics living together, whatever, and all that stuff. A friend of mine was telling me, we used to kind of joke like that and whatever, it's like that shit. I told him, man, he told me, say, Hispanic cat, you know. Well, he said, man, Wizzo, I went to the store, man, but shit, I couldn't get no chicken and no watermelon. That's what he told me. I said, well, hell, y'all had all the damn flour making tortilla strips. Shit, we couldn't even find a goddamn chicken, you know, whatever. But it was just a pretty cool little dude. But they just had, you know, it was a lot of them that lived together and they worked together and they helped one another. Like, even in my neighborhood, these guys, I watched 2 guys here help one another build a fucking house.
Yeah.
Together, you know, there's all Spanish. They came back there and did it.
Yeah.
Blacks, you're not gonna find that shit like that. I don't know what. Well, I mean, it's not gonna happen.
It's they hard to come by though.
It's they hard to.
I do that.
Yeah.
I'm with all that.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that when you have group economics like that, you're really spending less money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more money collected, but people be too focused on who getting the money. It's the same thing we was talking about the last time. They come to your family supporting.
Yeah.
People too worried about who gonna get the main bulk of the money, bro. Yeah. Be happy that you even in the pot.
Yeah.
I think an important thing to keep in mind too is the reality of that you're not gonna take this money with you when you're gone. Too, by the way, right? So there's this idea, I guess, maybe you'll live forever, or like 20 years is forever, right? Like, because then you come across money when you're 50, whatever. Okay, you live to 70. Like you said, hopefully you're in good health. Reality, probably not, maybe, right? Depending on your lifestyle choices up into that, right? But you can't even you just hoard it under your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Then you got a bunch of other people that could have lived moderately, like really good lives all together.
Yeah.
And been happy all together instead of like one dude just hoarding off money, not even probably happy with it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's how they be, bro. They just can't see somebody else with it if it's not their idea. Yeah. But it's really sad because now you're making other generations pay. You know what I'm saying? You're making other generations suffer. And so when y'all could have came together and got some land easy, bro. I told my sisters and my brothers, I'm like, bro, if all of us put in $200 a month, even if you got to just put 100, you ain't got to put in 50, put in something.
Yeah.
You'll find that money for some weed. You know what I mean? Why would you find that money for to do something like that?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like, man, it depending on what we get to land, you can grow your own weed. Everybody can become vendors.
Exactly.
You know,
there's a whole business out there.
Like, man, you can land in Denver or something. It might cost a lot, but look what you be able to grow or sell from it.
Yeah. And we know you can't get here in Texas with these old motherfuckers around here. They
trying to get it, man.
I may be gone by then, but I'm gonna say that for another podcast because I got something to go about these old ass senators and Republican Democrats on both sides.
They holding on, man.
You know, 70, 80, 90 fucking years old, but
locking it up.
They make you think they reptilians for real. We talk about them aliens on there.
Yeah.
They been living too long. I was surprised that the Queen of England lived as long as she did.
Man,
it's crazy though. Yeah.
They shut down and put her ass on all of the TV channels and shit.
I didn't even fuck with her. I wonder why they couldn't show her.
Yeah, shit. But you know, like earlier when we was talking about the aliens and all that stuff, for the longest and all that stuff, it was denied. Now all of a sudden,
it's kind of come out.
It's coming out.
It's a new age.
Yeah.
They just dropped the deal. I'm sure you probably watched. I was talking to Paul about it on YouTube. This guy named Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer. Mm-hmm. This emergency doctor just came out. He's been operating like a credible dude that's like has his reputation on the line. All this. Dude comes out, he's been working on these black sites. He's already released the map of all these locations. Comes out saying there's like 40 to 60 different species of aliens. They've been visiting Earth since a long, long time, but we've been able to down their craft since the 50s. We've had access to anti-gravitational like crap that we re-engineered. And then on top of that, the crazy thing is gets into like energy. He talks about there's free energy out right now.
Tap into the L.
No nuclear.
Tesla was talking about that.
No gas.
None of that.
It pulls energy literally out of thin air. No waste.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Trillions of dollars, but they're holding it back because they can't release it to the people. Your car it would be free. It wouldn't run you.
Yeah.
No more gas.
Shit.
Hospital would be run on a little box like this, would turn on the entire hospital, keep it running for free.
Yeah.
Look at it, but they're not going to release that.
No, they're not.
That's crazy though.
That's because they have the money, bro.
Yeah.
Money is that evil, bro. And that's why they trying to get into the digital shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want you to get that little chip in your skin, but at the same time, it's kind of like, oh no, I ain't on that.
No.
Cause I be like, bro, look, I didn't see anybody who get the chip in their hands have not watched any of the old sci-fi movies when they were doing
it.
It
all goes wrong, man.
Blowing people arms and shit off.
All that shit, nah. Not normally.
I know damn well if they put a chip in your arm, bro, it's gonna have some
It's gonna be
stroke.
one right in the brain.
Yeah.
They had enough.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Man, that was a suicide squad they had in the brain.
I think it was some shit.
I think it was some shit.
Blowing back their necks out.
Man, fuck that shit. Nah, normally I ain't getting that shit done. No shit. So, nah.
But it's even deeper though, because they tell you in these movies how they have reached what they like to perceive as the quantum realm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen them alien movies and they talk quantum. That is nothing but the understanding and the study of germs, bro. Once you understand, like the vaccine tampers with the RNA. What the RNA makes the DNA. So if you tamper with what something is making something, that's like the old saying: you are what you eat. Yeah. So if you tamper with what's making it,
tampering your identity.
Exactly.
That is crazy.
It's deep.
That is crazy.
Get deep with that right there. Boy.
Well, unfortunately, in our case, we were forced to. At least I was forced. I don't know if Paul, you had to take it too, but I was forced to take the vaccine to work at the hospital. Yeah.
But we're not gonna tell them where we work. We're not gonna say that. We already said it. I should have told you earlier. We work together somewhere, but you know, somewhere we work together. But go ahead though.
We were forced. To seek employment, if we wanted employment, we had to take the vaccine. That already has been shown on multiple podcasts to cause heart issues.
Right.
I forgot what the condition for it is called, but there's a cardiologist got on the Joe Rogan podcast, broke it down saying like, dude, there's no way I can take it. And then you hear this guy talk about it, he broke it down, he's like, no, I'm like, I can't take it.
Right.
But then you graduate, you want to get a job, you want to join the American cycle, full into the rat race, and it's like, what do you do? Because almost everybody was requiring it, dude. Yeah. It was crazy.
It was wild. Everybody was trying to require the job, but it's ways around it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people was getting a religious stuff, like it's some type of religious pass, I guess you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for whatever you believe.
What's crazy is that I had a full medical exemption written by a legit doctor, like my general practitioner. Right. I see.
Yeah.
Legit note written up. Hey, we can't take that.
Nope.
In a religious exemption, which is again, this shows what the state of like America's at. Wow. Religious is even below that. Doctors are ranked above, right? STEM, and then religious doesn't even matter. You really, we don't care about that.
No.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we don't care.
Well, that's wild.
If you want this job, you're gonna take this shot.
That's nuts, dude. That is actually
crazy,
nuts.
man. It's crazy.
It's one thing if you got a disease out there like Contagion, right? You guys seen the movie with that?
Yeah.
Where like you got people brain falling out like in a day, you're dead on the street. Okay, that's different. Like it's 50%, 30%, whatever mortality rate. That's terrifying. I'm gonna have to take something regardless. I don't know what the side effects are gonna be, but I'm gonna have to weigh the pros and cons. It makes sense for me to take and run the risk with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was barely doing anything, especially if you're a young, healthy dude, or you're a relatively healthy guy overall, you don't have any health issues.
Right.
You were good to go. Obviously, there's exceptions where people, young people like did die from it. But the vast majority, bro, there's people dying from flu, millions of other diseases out there. Probably don't even know the name to.
True.
On a daily basis.
True.
But we shut down the whole deal. Yeah. And then you're forced to get it for employment.
Yeah. And booster shots.
And boosters.
And more boosters.
Yeah.
More boosters.
I don't even know. I think we're on 10 now.
Bro,
is it 10?
I don't need to be boosted anymore. I don't need to drink energy drinks, man.
Yeah.
If I want to be boosted, I eat some fruit.
Yeah. Too much boosting going on.
I think that it's not only the fact that they were doing how he was saying the way they were doing the vaccine and pushing it so heavy, but the killer part was a lot of these vaccines in the boxes, they didn't even have any type of ingredients or anything. It was just a blank piece of paper.
Yeah.
What?
A lot of them weren't even telling people what they put in them.
Yeah.
So it's
you don't want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I would want to know even if I could read it, yeah.
And that's why a lot of people were saying that stuff was magnetic, man.
Yeah. It was magnetic?
Yeah, you didn't see a lot of people put magnets and stuff to their skin. And
what?
Man, shit.
That's why I say a lot of people don't realize, but you think that chip gonna be big, but the chip could be. They got microchips tiny.
Nanotech. Yeah, you won't even know. You won't even know. Yeah, I could already be off in you if you got it.
Yeah.
I just hope I got the placebo one. I don't know. There's a rumor I guess half or a third of them are placebos, so.
I can believe that.
I don't know.
Like I say, it's a whole mind thing, man. They gotta control you some way, man. I feel like it was a big experiment to see who they was gonna be able to control. How many people? Because honestly, that could have been our time as a country to really become free. Yeah. Everybody could have stopped working.
Yeah.
Money ain't worth shit if everybody ain't working.
Yeah.
Shit, so I'll tell you something, I have something on that one, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say that one for another real talk shit session or something. But what we're gonna do, because you guys know I like to only keep them around about an hour or something like that, and we're approaching that hour, but we're gonna give out some closing remarks up in here.
Yeah.
Right after this commercial break. Good night. I'm fucking with you. Let me hate on my commercial. Okay, good. So, what do you guys give out a little bit of spiel or whatever, and closing deal or whatever, but save your following and everything for at the end or some shit like that. I'm gonna come back to that. But anything you gotta the end on, something you gotta, something you want to say to America out there. America.
Not much, man. It was a pleasure being on the Wizzo Talk, man. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we come back, maybe dive more into UFOs. It's kind of something I'm seeing come up hot now.
Oh, it's hot.
They've been sprinkling a lot of breadcrumbs with it, and for me, different on like a Christian perspective of having other life. Is it accepted? Is it not accepted? Right? And like, where does this all come into play? So. But again, based upon his interview, I saw it was he had a press conference in D.C. He came out and nobody didn't even hit the news with it.
Exactly.
Which is insane. We got a guy coming out saying this type of stuff. So
they're talking submarines.
Right. Yeah.
Well, all right, then, man. Well, I appreciate you. You told me you were gonna come on.
I'm moving on.
So I appreciate that. You're more than welcome to come again.
I'm gonna call. Hold on.
Not where they work at though.
Not where they work at. D. Gillespie?
You gonna call that their first and last name?
First and last name.
Oh man.
I know you might watch this, or hopefully you will. We want you to come on the Wizzo Talk. I probably can speak for Paul that too. We want you to get on the Wizzo Talk. Ryan Peoples, you're too scared to get on the Wizzo Talk.
Boy, he put it out there like that. Damn.
If you're real, you'll get on the talk show and you'll do a random talk too.
Ooh, random, boy. You don't know what you
right out the door, man.
We hit that random shit. Yeah. All right, then. All right, take it over. What you got there, brother?
Man, honestly, man, I just really, truly see the world going down a dark path, and it's only because people don't use their common sense, man. You have to use your common sense and discernment and understand what's natural. You know what I'm saying? We keep going against what's natural and what we feel is right for what we know is wrong, and we trying to get that paper. You know what I'm saying? That paper don't mean nothing at the end of the day. And the best thing to do, we can leave all our children is a better planet, man. You can leave them money, it can be worthless. But a better planet is always gonna be worth more.
Yeah. Most definitely. And we definitely gonna have to touch on that again too on another podcast. We're gonna touch on that. I got a lot of notes, and I know this is my go-to guy. He's already ready to come on.
Hot and ready,
he don't even need no fucking notes.
Caesar's
he just got all that shit up there. I gotta take some notes and get some numbers. I'm gonna get some numbers together and shit like that. Man. Gotta get the numbers. But
see what Google said.
Appreciate you coming on.
It's
also,
always an honor, man.
Always appreciate you coming on. And before I go and close out, what I'm going to say, just to let everybody know how they can follow you, where they can find you, and everything like that.
Man, you can just Google After Real Truth, all one word. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 R's. And man, you know what I'm saying? Cosmic Currency 777 on Spotify. And that's pretty much about it.
That's what's up. Y'all check him on out there, because I'm telling you, he's got a lot of things going on. And you also do graphic designing?
Yeah, I do graphic design. All that's under After Real Truth.
After Real Truth. Because we're going to talk about that one time. So y'all look him up and check him on out. He's knowledgeable in a whole lot of shit. Way more than what I am. I'm just kind of sitting up here throwing out some random shit, and we just feeding on it and going.
Feed it, baby.
But everybody out there, you have any comments? We appreciate it. Any feedback that you may have. So hit us up in the comments. You got anything for Dyson or anything for Josh, whatever, make it specific for them. I forgot what I was fucking to say. But
comment or
all that shit right there. So y'all got something, hit these guys up, hit myself up on Wizzo Talk, and it's always a pleasure coming on, pleasure having these guys. Appreciate y'all coming on that, taking the time on the schedule. So guys, remember, it's free to like, it's free to share, it's free to subscribe. It's Paul Wizzo. Holla at your boy.